No, John, that's great. One of the things that that we're really focused on at Standard is, impactful movements that are ground up initiatives with, the community input in terms of the actual mandates that are being affected. I think this question that kind of Joe brought up here, what is your approach to designing for positive human and social systems, community well-being, kind of how can we impact kind of people with this type of build design, with the low voltage, like how does that really affect people and the way that we're doing things?
Well, look at the Bahia Village, for instance. We're targeting a certain segment of the population, which happens to be the fastest growing segment in the United States, which is the 55 and over market. There's more people turning 55 every day than any other age in the country. So when part of the reason that I went after that segment, those first two homes, the prototype homes that I built, they were $1 million plus homes. But I wanted to prove that this technology could be used in affordable housing. These homes, these 55 and over, the first 71 that are for sale right now as we speak, are $399,000 each. And the great thing about it, when you think about people when they're going into retirement, most of them become on a fixed income. We all know the rates that we're getting nailed with for power, and we know how much it costs to cool a home. So you live in an area where it gets hot in the summer. I don't know how many of you guys have heard it, but I hear it over and over that a lot of the elderly population, they live in heat because they're afraid to turn on their air conditioning. Our communities, they pay no power. There is no power bill. We're the utility. We are an IOU. We're an independently owned utility. We control everything, the power, the battery, the solar. We have our own energy management system that uses AI to track and monitor the grid. And when the grid is in need of power and when they're paying the highest, that's when we sell. And we offload a percentage of our large battery back to the grid. And if any of you know about solar and selling back to the grid, the average person in California gets 2.8 cents a kilowatt when you sell back to the grid. We get 12 to 15 cents because we use AI and we operate as an IOU. So we don't sell back to Edison or PG&E. We sell back to the wholesale market. So it's that's why that factory in Patterson can produce $178,000 a year in income and supply the factory with 100% of the electricity it needs. We don't pull any power from the grid, and our homes are safer. We don't have gas. We don't have propane. They're 100% electric. They're not going to have a gas explosion. You're not going to have carbon monoxide poisoning. So, and then on top of that, we are in R&D agreements all over the world, Europe, the United States, on creating organic building materials. That's been one of my heavy pushes for the last 2.5 years. I challenge engineers and scientists every day on creating the best new hemp-based organic building materials. We're making our own drywall mud, our own stucco, our own lumber, things that give us such a huge advantage over the rest of the builders in the country. And we're starting to share that technology. We've had so many people who want to get our solar panels, our technology, our organic building materials. So next month, we're kicking off the S2A marketplace, which we talked to you guys about, about using with StandardDAO. But anyone that wants to come in and purchase our graphene solar panels, our S2A UL rated 420 watt panel, or any of our other technology, they'll be able to buy it directly from us at a very competitive rate.